Welcome back everybody, Notorious here, and in today's video we are driving round 2 of the calendar in Imola. This is the Road to Glory series with Haas, and in the last episode we had to pull out of the race with a mechanical failure after running in the P12, P14-ish area. Was a decent race from our perspective before, as we head into qualifying here. We have taken a new engine for this race, so qualifying is not really gonna matter. We're just filling out the car a bit. The energy store failed on the last engine, so while we were still gonna qualify in the P15 to P20-ish area, I've decided to just take a new engine completely, and that will probably help us later down the line.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. How's your grid penalty going to affect your strategy going into the race? You lost to your teammate today. Was it just not your day? Your qualifying pace didn't put you at the front of the grid. Will this be a problem tomorrow? Appreciate your time.
Questions haven't really changed in
With the race
3 years.
minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Good job yesterday from Valtteri BOTTAS. The Finn starts from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Leclerc, Ricciardo, Sainz, Gasly, and Yuki Tsunoda, Vettel, Ocon, Lance Stroll, and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Mick Schumacher, and Fernando Alonso. Russell, they've taken a grid penalty, and Ellis. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So in this race we have mixed conditions as we head into the 4th light and the 5th light, and we are underway with soft tires in wet conditions, because Inters at this point is slower than the normal dry tires, and these conditions mixed with driving the Haas car is not a recipe for success, as Bottas is punted off in turn 2, I think that is, and he is gonna spend the remaining lap here in the beginning stages trying to chase us down, but from our perspective that's just a place that we got for free, but not one that we expect to keep. At the back of Mick's gearbox here, we are quite a bit faster than him in regular qualifying, and it just looks like a giant train from here, as I think one of the cars there, Ocon, I think that was, dove into the middle of the train and probably got some damage. Struggling to keep car on track here as the rears just want to move out. Alonso has dropped back for some reason.
You're doing well out there, keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
10 minutes of rain, lap number 5, and Bottas is back to claim his spot ahead of the Haas car. So far, it's kind of the same as in Bahrain. We have maximum downforce, and that is really hurting us in the straights, but we do what we can to get through the corners. Obviously not that one. Skipping to lap 7, we are still behind Bottas. Sainz and Gasly pitted with some damage, and we are in a very weird position. A Mercedes car is sandwiched at the back between 2 Haas
showing
cars.
a clear patch on its way. There's about 10 more minutes of this rain. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now, dries or inters.
I think the game could be better there, because we clearly still have DRS, and if it was actual inters, the game would have disabled DRS. But we managed to improve our pace by 2/10 into Sector 1, and we are very close to Bottas. I think as he makes an overtake on Schumacher, we will also be able to do the same overtake. It's kind of weird driving in these mixed conditions because for some reason the Mercedes car is not miles above our car. We're still keeping up with them. Gasly and Sainz are very close to each other, and yeah, so far a pretty good race. The brake bias change have also helped us quite a bit from back when we used to run 57, 58 or 56. And now we are back at 50% brake bias like F1 2020, which I enjoyed quite a bit more. But here we are at the end of lap 9. Bottas have overtaken Schumacher, and heading into lap 10 we are looking to do the same. We get DRS, we are decently close, so we have a fair amount of battery. Let's just go for it.
Caution, caution.
Schumacher doesn't see it, I don't see it. And just like in real life, Bottas is crashing with a backmarker car at the exact same spot as he did with George Russell. I didn't exactly clock this in the moment when I was driving, but later when I was reviewing the footage, and it just hit me that he just did the same thing that he did versus George. But anyways, we lose our front wing. Somehow we are still in this race. Bottas is out, Schumacher is out. I think the Ferrari that was exiting
Safety car is out.
Leclerc also gets some damage.
It looks like there's a high amount of debris on the track. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
So it's quite obvious here, we are heading towards the one stop, and we are boxing to fix the car. Not really much to say. With having no wing and trying to catch the pits and the rest of the pack, we are gonna get green lights here, and we are nowhere close. We are a couple seconds off.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
So from here on out, it's just head down and try to get as much as we can done.
Gap ahead is 4.9 seconds.
And the Haas should easily take us to the end without having to make another stop.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag again, sector 1. Looks like Latifi is in the gravels, and he is gonna be fine. He's gonna take himself out, and we just keep on racing. The car is really bad on tire wear, because we have two laps on them, and we've already managed to put 7% wear on it. Although the track is still improving from being in mixed conditions, so that's probably why we had that much tire wear. An anecdote for this track that they added, Imola. I'm not a big fan of the turn before the chicane back there. It's just auto spins you out. When I was doing so much time trial practice before this, it doesn't feel good. There's the same type of corner in Portimao that just is an auto spinner. Doesn't feel that good to drive. Giovinazzi in the pits. We are gonna overtake him as he has moved to the soft tires, so he is on a 2-stop strategy, and he is later gonna catch us in lap 20 on the softs. Vettel also comes out of the pits behind us and Tsunoda. We do a Hamilton and we drive over the yellow curb here. Not a good idea, especially with floor damage.
Some information on Norris. They're retiring from the race.
As Lando Norris pulls out of the race, also with a mechanical failure. It does not look like he has had a crash. I think he He is parked at an exit near that auto spin corner that I was talking about. I don't know the name of it, but you're about to see him to your left in a couple of seconds.
Caution, caution. Be aware, there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Heading towards the chicane, there's absolutely no point in fighting with an AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. At least not yet. They are on fresher tires and they are faster cars, so we are just gonna let them go. Hopefully grab some slipstream and DRS and hoping that they can pull us along. P8 for now, but that's not positions that we are meant to hold. Lap 29, we are trying to overtake Giovinazzi here as we lightly tap him on his front right and he loses control of his car. I think that could be done way better, but it is what it is. We take the position. We were the faster car. As we get a poor exit out of that corner, try not to spin, and Raikkonen with fresher tires is gonna make quick work of us. Or exit out of that corner, and yeah, this is the story so far of this season. Us and Alfa Romeo, me and Raikkonen in the P11, P12, P13, P14
There's
positions.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
If I get a mechanical failure here, it's gonna be such a deja vu moment. But let's see what happens. Giovinazzi pits. He has probably got some damage out of our little interaction.
Faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
And Tsunoda there on fresh softs that he pitted for as we struggle on grip out of the corners. Tsunoda has caught up to us. No, not a biggie, just let him go.
Try to stay with him, he might make a mistake. We could still regain the position.
Crucially, we let him go before the DRS detection point. And if I had a little bit more battery here, I think I might have re-overtaken him for P12, but at the end, it's an AlphaTauri. Lewis Hamilton wins the race, and we are gonna finish P13 in just a moment, as we struggle to make the corners.
Remaining.
So here we go, final corners, final bit of racing, and we end at P13.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
I think we overtook the cars that we were supposed to overtake, and it looked quite a lot like Bahrain. It's a decent result for us.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Apologies for the lag. I don't know why that's happening. My computer is really strong and it should be able to handle this without issues. I don't even remember the game skipping that many frames. It's just in the video or in the recording. But anyways, same result as in Bahrain. Lewis Hamilton wins, double Red Bull podium, Bottas DNF, and we finish P13.
It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talents out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I think it has to be Fernando Alonso. He got the strategy spot on and consistently had the pace to come through as well.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull take over as championship leaders. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
So we are P16 in the Drivers' Championship on finishing position, and ninth place in the Constructors, also on finishing positions,
Great work out there today.
above
Let's
Williams.
have your thoughts. How do you feel these grid penalties are affecting the sport?
I mean, they only lock me into one answer here. It's quite obvious what I'm gonna answer.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yeah, whatever.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
I'm guessing she did not see the last
How
couple
do
of
you feel
laps.
the weather affected the outcome today? Great. Well, that's everything.
I actually did better than I was expecting with the mixed conditions. But anyways, P13,
Okay.
quite a
The new
decent
parts come
result.
through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Next up is Portimao, and it's another new track, and I'm looking forward to see what we can do there. But that's gonna be it for this episode, guys. See you later. Peace.